Yo, what it do, Ghost Nation? It's your boy Ghost Rider. Welcome back to another episode of Ghost Movies. Now, on this episode, I want to talk about House of the Dragon Episode 3 review. Now, in this episode, we get started right away that it is 3 years in the future already from since episode 2. Now, by this time, King Viserys I already marries Princess Alicent. Well, she's queen now, Alicent Hightower, and they have their first baby. And you know what that baby's name is? Prince Aegon. We finally get confirmation that this is Prince Aegon. Now, I don't think this is Prince Aegon from Duncan and Egg, but this is a different Aegon that we get in this story. And I believe Jon Snow was named after this Aegon in the lore of Game of Thrones and in the Song of Ice and Fire. I think Jon Snow was named after this. Rhaegar remembers Aegon being the son to King Viserys and Princess Alicent. So I think that's why Rhaegar decided to name Jon Snow Aegon. I love it. I love how they jumped 3 years into the future. And now at this time, Viserys takes his whole household. Even Rhaenyra, he keeps asking for Rhaenyra when they had a party. It's like a baby party for Prince Aegon. I think he turned 2 by this time, and he's having a party. He's looking for Rhaenyra throughout the whole time. He's looking for Rhaenyra. So at this time, King Viserys decides to take it upon himself. Like, yo, we need to go away. I want to go on a hunt. I want to get away from all this politicking. I'm tired of talking about who's the rightful heir, who's the next heir of the Iron Throne. Fuck it. I'm tired of getting cut by that damn chair. So let's go on a hunt and let's celebrate that my son has just turned 2 and he's getting pretty big and he's getting massive. And I like this episode because now we see a rift between King Viserys and Princess Rhaenyra. We're seeing a rift because she's at the rightful age now where she could be married off to another king to make their lineage that much stronger. So she's at the rightful age to be betrothed and to have a husband. So King Viserys decided to take it upon himself to appoint, what is it? By this time his name is Prince Jason Lannister. We finally get a Lannister from Casterly Rock. We finally get a Lannister in this show. And I was wondering which Lannister are we gonna get? Who are we gonna see? Are we going to see like a younger Tywin Lannister? But no, his name is Jason. I was hoping to see a younger Tywin Lannister, but this takes place 172 years before Queen Daenerys in Game of Thrones. So Tywin, he wouldn't be that young. He's not even born yet. So Jason Lannister is the Lannister that we get from Casterly Rock. And he just keeps trying to, share his wine with Princess Rhaenyra. He's trying to give a gold spear to King Viserys to gain his favor and to take in his daughter as his lady wife back to Casterly Rock and away from the Iron Throne. So she would no longer, if she marries him, she would no longer even be living in King's Landing or Westeros. Casterly Rock is part of Westeros, but she will be living in Casterly Rock as his lady wife. And that's not what she wants. Because she's kind of like a tomboy, like Arya in the Starks. She doesn't want to do lady duties and princess duties. She wants to freaking ride horses and compete in jousting and fucking ride dragons all day. And she don't give a fuck about being a princess and a lady and a fucking... She does care about the Iron Throne though, because she keep asking about that. Will my father make his decision of making me the next heir to the Iron Throne? And I love that. I love the tension between her and her father, King Viserys, because she gets him so pissed that he's trying to marry her off. And she doesn't like that. So she goes on her horse and you see Sir Christian go after her and she's racing. Look like she's trying to commit suicide. She almost ran the horse into that fucking river. Into that freaking river or lake or whatever the fuck it is. And Sir Christian had to cut her off, grab the horse by the reins and pull her back. Pull the horse back. She was about to kill herself. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You don't need to kill yourself. You are the rightful heir to the throne. And the king is not going to rebuttal that. He's not going to refuse that and change his mind. Even though he has a son now. His firstborn, which is Prince Aegon. And now I want to give y'all my thoughts on the ending. I love the Battle of the Stepstones right here. I love that Prince Daemon is being questioned by, you know, Coloris Valerian and the whole household Valerian. Vaemon is his brother. He's like, Vaemon's like, we should not trust Prince Daemon. Yes, he has a dragon. Yes, all the stuff, but we have dragons too. We all come from Old Valeria, and if you come from Old Valeria, everybody has a dragon over there. Before Old Valeria was taken out, they were raising dragons right there, raising dragon eggs. So it was great to see that Coloris and his army, they had dragons as well, not just Prince Daemon. Targaryens weren't the only ones who had dragons in Game of Thrones, and I love that they actually showed that. But I love the battle. I love this battle sequence because Prince Daemon, he shows up on the King Crab's cave on the beach where they make sacrifice to all those prisoners and stuff. I love how he showed up on the beach, and he showed up by himself, retreating, giving in the red flag, not retreating, but showing up by himself and saying, "Yo, we surrender." He threw up the white flag. He's gonna surrender his dark sister sword, and he's like, "Yo, I give up." And we don't even see none of Valerians. We don't see nobody from House Valerian. All we see is Prince Daemon, and he's bending the knee, and he has his sword. He's got, "I give up my sword to you, Crab King," or whatever the fuck. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you just see Prince Daemon take out a dagger, and he starts stabbing all the King Crab soldiers. And then he picks up his sword, and he starts hacking away at everybody. That was fucking awesome. Then you see all of freaking Crab King's soldiers come out of the cave, come out of hiding, and they were lured out. This is what Daemon wanted. He wanted to lure them out. Then you see House Valerian come out of nowhere, and their army comes in, and they have arrows and shit, and they're taking out all of Crab King's soldiers and everything. And then all of a sudden you hear the dragons, and the dragon just laying waste to all of freaking Crab King's soldiers. It was fucking awesome. And then you see Crab King like a bitch, like a pussy hole. He goes back into the cave because he don't want to deal with dragon. He's afraid of the dragon. And all you see is Coloris looking over at Daemon. Daemon is going in there and he's rushing the Crab King. He's going right after him. And it looked like they had a grueling battle, and I wish they showed it. I wish they showed that fucking battle. But he's battling the Crab King, and all of a sudden you see Daemon come out and he grabs the Crab King. He's been cut in half. He's been cut down. You have been measured and you've been found wanting. And Prince Daemon, the rogue prince, cut the Crab King down. And all you see is his intestines and everything. And Daemon's pulling him by his one arm. The rest of his body is gone. Only there's like half a torso, his neck, his head, and one arm. It was beautiful, man. I think Daemon stole the show again. It was fucking awesome. Yes, I don't like all the politics side of everything. I like to see the action and the war and the battle. And this episode delivered. It was fucking awesome. Brilliant. Just fucking brilliant how Daemon, his plan was all along. I don't need you, brother. Because his brother, I forgot to mention, his brother, King Viserys the First, he sends out a messenger. I'm going to give you 2,000 men with some ships, and they're going to come out there and help you with this battle. I hope you find, victory in this unseeable war and battle that we just can't seem to avoid or evade. He said something like that in the fucking letter, and Daemon's like, "Fuck you! I don't need your help. You didn't help me when I was trying to fight to stay in your king's court. So I don't need you now. Fuck you." And Daemon's the one that came up with this idea. I think it was his idea all along to be the one to go in there by himself, surrender, and then take out everybody. I love this, man. It was fucking beautiful. And it was just so great to see Syraxis in like the midpoint of the episode just lay waste to a lot of those fucking Crab King soldiers. I love to see dragons, Dracarys, and you just see him going in. You see him going in. And it was badass to see Coloris Valerian's son go in, and he's riding the dragon. He's saying Dracarys, and he's taking out the Crab King soldiers as well. That was fucking badass. I actually was enjoying that. So this episode was fucking fantastic, and I just wanted to give y'all 9 to 10 minutes of my freaking view and my thoughts about this episode. It was fucking awesome, and I loved it. All right, Ghost Nation, leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts down below about this episode. I am intrigued to hear what y'all have to say. I'm about to get up out of here. You already know what to do. Like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that post notification bell for your boy so you get all my latest and greatest videos. And until next time, I'll catch y'all on the next video. Ghost Rider out.